Good morning, students. I am Anil Madan, and today I'll be dealing with a very interesting topic of physics, standard 10th also, that is electricity. And I'll be briefing the very fundamentals of this topic, and you can make them notes by pausing the video. And I'll be referring the books and the links from where you can make your notes later on. But here you have to understand the basics and the fundamentals. Without them, this chapter will be you finding very difficult. I hope you got me. Thank you. All the best. Students, you always see the electrical appliances working everywhere in your surroundings. So how they work with the electricity, and what is electricity, by the way? So here I will be emphasizing, and you be very communicative to me. You can also write your comments side by simultaneously, and I'll be sorting out your problems in the next lecture. So it's a lecture 1, electricity. Be very careful, it's a very interesting topic, just enjoy it. Now physics is a technical subject, but it's very enjoyable. I want to make it very enjoyable. क्या होता है current? If I ask you, क्या होते हैं charges? You might have studied in your lower classes. When you rub two things, the charges flow from one to another. There are two sort of charges, positive, negative. But what is charge? There's no specific definition of charge. But I could say, when you rub one thing, suppose you are rubbing glass rod on the silk cloth, it becomes positive. Why it becomes positive? It is given some electrons to the another body. So electrons are transferred. Now they are insulators. Electrons also flow in the metals, in the conductors, but also the charge exists in these insulators. So that when the electrons are not moving, only the electrons participate. When the electrons are not moving, it is a static electricity. So if I say charge is of two types, when the charge is moving, then it is called current or electricity. When charge is not moving, it is called static electricity. So in 10th we are dealing with this. In your lower classes you have studied about that. I think you got the point. If I say in a conductor there is excess of electrons and here is less electrons, what will happen? The electrons will move from higher electron dense area to the lower electron dense area. Just like the water. Water flows from higher level to the lower level. If I join it, the water flows. Similarly, heat flows from body which is having higher temperature to the body which is having lower temperature when they are in contact. The same way, the electrons move from higher electron dense area to the lower electron dense area. But eventually what comes? The conventional reaction of the current is just opposite to that. The prior condition is that electrons have to move. That's a current. If the electrons don't move, what that is called? That is called static electricity. But when the electrons are moving, their movement, anything which moves is called current. It may be the water current or the electrons current. So electrons are moving, so the excess of electron is there, this is called the negative of this conductor. And where the electrons are less in number, that is called positive. So in a body, electrons are moving from this negative part to the positive one. But eventually, which current develops, the conventional current, its direction is opposite to that. I think you got that. Now, if I explain the charge in very simple words, that you could say a big group of electrons is 1 unit of charge. Charge is having a SI unit of coulomb, usually denoted by C. If I say there is a unit of charge, that's a 1 coulomb, that is equal to 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. In a conductor, 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons are moving. You can't say that these much electrons are moving. You will simply say that 1 coulomb charge is moving. Just your father is bringing 1 bag of sugar in your home, and you say 1 bag of sugar is there. Nobody is going to say that there are 20 lakhs small cubes of sugar. I think you got the point. For example, here I have just mentioned that 1 coulomb charge is equal to 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. If I write in another way, 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons means 1 coulomb of charge. Or I can say that these much electrons are carrying 1 coulomb charge. Then 1 electron carries how much? That is 1 upon 625 into 10 to the power 18. If I calculate it, it comes out to be 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 90. I can show you the calculation also if you want. Multiplied by 10, divide by 10. So this comes out to be 1.6 and this is 10 to the power minus 90. So this is a small charge which is carried by 1 electron. And in this nature, every body is having a charge as the integral multiple of this small quantity of charge. This is called quantization. Suppose there are n number of electrons and charge on one electron is this much, then charge on that body is Q. It is denoted by the Q. I think you got that. Now I am just making a numerical for you. It will be easier for you to understand. If I say that 100 coulomb charge will be carrying how much electrons? Just I am waiting if you could do. Then you can say 1 coulomb charge equal to 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. And I asked you 100 coulomb. So 100 coulomb charge is equal to what? 6.25. Who are good in mathematics? Keep on solving. Do before me. That is 6.25 into 10 to the power 20 electrons. I give you another numerical because people are afraid of the physics because of the numericals. And I have started my topic with the numericals. Yes, and you'll be going very nicely in this also. So convert 0.2 coulomb of charge. 0.2 coulomb of charge will be carrying how much electrons? Just I'm waiting. As for you, you can jot it down while solving the given numerical. Small homework is there also. 1000 coulomb is equal to how many electrons? In next lecture, I will be asking you. I think you are giving your comments simultaneously during this lecture. 1 million electrons are carrying how much charge? Now the things are reverse one. I will be going for that only. If 1 electron carries how much charge? You remember, nice. 10 to the power minus 90. If I say 1000 electrons carry how much charge? It is nothing. Physics is very easy. Simple mathematics comes then it becomes a bit difficult. Otherwise, physics is a very simple subject. 10 to the power minus 90. 1000, so it is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 16. If I say 10 to the power 5 electrons carry how much coulomb charge, you will calculate. If I ask you 200 electrons carry how much charge, you can calculate. This is for you, this is for me. Yes? Go. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. What is there? .2 into 10 to the power minus 17 coulomb. I am making these numericals randomly. If I am making 2 numericals today, you can make 10 numericals. This is a homework. No need to consult any book. Just go with the very basics. It's a very enjoyable thing. Keep on enjoying the physics. So you have understood the quantization and the concept of electrons, what basically electricity is, what is the charge. I'm not dealing with your lower classes. You can come up with your problems if you have the flow of charges, negative, positive charges. You might have studied 2 years back in standard 8. I'm not touching the 12th standard, which we'll be dealing up 2 years later. So I'm confining my lecture to the very basics and the numericals. Hope you are getting it.